To modernize, this wool jacket looks pretty nice. But in the 1800s, this was the most humiliating thing that you could wear. This wool jacket is prisoner clothing, and this was part of a greater system in Australia that was supposed to identify, penalize, and embarrass or humiliate offenders. It wasn't the soft, luxurious merino wool that we associate with clothing now, but it was really rough, thick, coarse wool. This was hard-wearing and suited to the type of heavy labor that convicts were used to doing. Road building, timber work, quarrying. These clothes were called slops because they made you look sloppy. Plain grey and brown was used for common prisoners, for common use. But the prisoners wearing these multi-paneled coloured slops were special. These half-black, half-yellow panelled clothing, which was nicknamed the Magpie uniform, these were reserved for the most notorious criminals. Half-black and half-yellow made you easy to identify and made escape very difficult. It made you stand out in a bush, it made you stand out in town. It also made you stand out in the prison. You could immediately distinguish what type of prisoner you are just by the uniform. This piece we were not even allowed to touch. This lives in the Powerhouse Collection in Sydney. For 140 years, they've been collecting items of national and international importance, and this lives amongst a collection of over 500,000 objects. And in this one object, we gain so much insight into early Australia, material and the wool industry, Australia's history as a penal colony, and also an insight into current and modern culture, how we can use uniforms not necessarily just as utility, not as something to wear, but also a way to punish each other, to identify each other. This jacket reminds us how a kilogram of wool can contain so much cultural weight, power, and story.